Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another edition of Top 5 Best PC Hardware Deals of the Week. As always, there are some great deals this week, so let's just get right into this with number 5. Always like to start things off with some storage. The Seagate BarraCuda 1TB hard drive is down to $45 on Newegg, and there is a promo code that knocks off a little bit more, and you end up getting the hard drive for a little less than $43, which isn't a massive savings for a hard drive, but hard drive prices have been around the same at around $48 to $50 for that 1TB drive for a long time. So whenever you can get it for even a little bit cheaper, it's pretty good. A terabyte of storage for $43 is a really good deal. It's about 10% off what you're typically paying, and if you can get that much off, that's worth it. A solid hard drive for those of you that just want a 1TB drive in a budget and rig, but as you guys might know, 1TB is pretty limiting if you're using that as a standalone drive. You know, now that we've got games coming out that are 170 gigabytes, 1TB is gonna start seeming more and more limited, but $43 is not a bad price for that much storage. Moving on, I want to mention this deal on a CPU, the AMD FX 4300, yes, the Vishera quad-core 3.8 GHz processor, AM3 Plus, down to $60, but there's also a promo code that takes off another $15, and you end up getting this CPU for $45, so while it is an older CPU, that's just a really good deal if you're building the bottom of the barrel PC at this point, and the FX 4300, it's still a quad-core CPU, it's not all bad, and for $45, I still think this is a competent enough CPU to put in, you know, a $350 build. If you're building something super low end, this can work out pretty well. I might actually do a build video about that, a $300 PC with the FX 4300. Maybe you can even get it cheaper than that if you're getting a really lower end PC. Honestly, if you get a CPU like this, you could probably build a $250 PC that, you know, can run your esports titles and can dabble in some of the higher end games, but $45 right now, really good deal. That sale is ending on August 28th, so you still got some time to use the promo code and pick up the CPU. For how much you're paying, it's pretty good. Moving on to number 3, a monitor, the ASUS VS Series VS228H-P Black 21.5-inch monitor is down to $100. There's a $10 off mail-in rebate as well as a $10 off promo code. That is also ending on August 28th, so you got a little bit of time. If you take advantage of everything, you can end up getting a 21-inch 1080p monitor for $80, and that's pretty freaking good. I always say if you can get a 1080p monitor for under $100, that's a pretty good deal. Yes, this does fall under that 23-inch sweet spot, but 21 inches is still fine. I've gamed on a monitor of that size and I think it looks fine, and $80 is just a really great price. Even if you decide to forego the mail-in rebate and use the promo code only $90 for a 1080p monitor, that's pretty good as well. It does have a 5-millisecond response time. As far as connections go, you have a VGA port, a DVI port, as well as an HDMI port. So yeah, all in all, if you're looking for a monitor on the cheap side, this is a really good option. Moving on to a pretty ridiculous deal on a power supply. Once again, super on a budget, just like the FX 4300, this might be a power supply if you're trying to build a low-end build. The EVGA BV Series 450 watt 80 plus bronze certified power supply is down to $30, but it doesn't stop there. There's also a $20 off mail-in rebate, so if you take advantage of that, you end up getting this power supply for $10. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, if you don't use the mail-in rebate, honestly, $30, while it's okay, that's nothing to write home about. You see these lower-end power supplies at that $25 to $35 range all the time, but after that mail-in rebate, just $10 for a power supply? Hell yeah, that's a great price. Once again, with the FX 4300 and something like this, you can end up building like a $250 PC. You can even get a somewhat decent graphics card in that budget. Now I really want to make that video, so that's probably going to be happening in the next few days, but yeah, $10 for a power supply after the mail-in rebate, that is a really good deal. I mean, it's definitely not the best power supply in the world. It's a lower end 450 watt power supply, but yeah, $10 is pretty ridiculous for a 450 watt power supply. Just think about it, that's like the cost of a meal if you go out and eat in the States, so pretty freaking great. Finally, number 1, just want to throw in a video card because we still are in hard times. The GIGABYTE GeForce GTX 1060 3GB model is $210, and it comes with a free copy of Rocket League. This isn't a deal to write home about, but essentially you get the graphics card for like $195 if you value Rocket League at $15, so that's not bad. The 1060 3GB model is really where that cutoff starts. If you start going to the 1066GB model, that's where all the GPUs are out of stock. The 1066GB model as well as the 1070, super hard to find right now, as well as a lot of the AMD equivalents. Those GPUs are very hard to find. The prices have gone up for it becoming the de facto GPU at that price range, but they're still readily available, and $210 with a free game, not a bad deal. You gotta stick to 1080p with this GPU in my opinion though. It's only 3 gigabytes, but it's gonna push 1080p gaming really well, so not a bad deal for those of you looking to do high quality gaming at 1080p, and we even mentioned that monitor in this video, so that might be a good pair to pick up. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below if you pick any of these up. If you have a request for a future video, you can also leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.